Second. One second, I have a problem.
YouTube now.
We are live. Yes. Huh?
Yeah, it's working.
Go
ahead.
Okay, guys. Hello, everyone. We are live on YouTube. Talk and Talk is a platform for conversation in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. This is an English immersion. We are here to talk, and everyone here is free to make mistakes. And this is not an English class. If you want to have classes, we have here at Talk and Talk, and you can find more information on YouTube. I'm Mariana. I'm here to guide this conversation, to learn it too. I study economics and data science, and now I live in Italy. So today we are going to talk about stepping out of comfort zone. I've put the questions in the chat, and we can start. Mariana, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Mariana. I'm 28. I'm married. Don't have any children. I have a dog. In my free time, I like to watch TV shows and walk with my dog to know new parts next to my house. And yeah, for today, I will share just that.
Thank you. Fernanda, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Fernanda. I am 23 years old. I am from Rio de Janeiro. I am an industrial chemistry student and an intern in a cosmetic company. And I like reading and doing exercise and watching TV series.
Thank you. What about you, Jefferson?
Good morning, guys. I can give my age away. I'm Jefferson. I live here in Goiânia, Goiás, the most beautiful city of Brazil because I live here. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás, and it's a pleasure to be here talk with you this morning.
Thank you. And you, Priscilla?
So, hi everyone, morning again. I'm Priscilla. I live in Petrópolis, Rio de Janeiro State. And I'm married, I have a dog. In the moment I work with tech software. In my free time, I like to read a book, watching movies, go to the beach, travel, listen to music. So that's it about me.
Thank you. So let's start. Jefferson, can you read and answer the first question, please?
Yes, of course, my friend. What are some common challenges people face when trying to leave their comfort zones? That's a profound question, but let me think. I think it's very common. You think about the fear. You have a lot of fear, especially the fear of the unknown. You really don't know what will happen. So you can have a new experience. It's not so easy. Sometimes you feel anxiety and you try to leave their comfort zone. For most of the guys, this is not very easy because as the name in common, comfort zone, means that you in a situation of comfort. Why you must try another situation? So I think this is the first, very common. I think the other challenge is about the self-doubt. I'm not secure about something. I have a lot of doubt, but I have abilities. So I must try. I must face the new challenge. That's very, very important. And you must to do this all the time, because you have the ability, the capacity to have, you have skills or you have knowledge that is necessary for you to succeed outside their comfort zone. So you can fight the new situation.
Yeah, thank you. I totally agree. And you, Priscilla?
Yeah, I agree. The same Jefferson said. When I decided to change your life, for example, decide to do different ways, it's normal. You feel fear, yeah, and uncomfortable because it's not the same things when I change. Yeah, in general, happens different things. Depends of the case. Maybe the other people. Oh my God, I forgot the name in English. About point of view, yeah. Maybe you listen criticals, yeah, or ask you, oh, you decide this. You will have I don't know the name in English. Você tem certeza about that? Yeah, yeah. And in general, about feelings, it's fear and uncomfortable. Yeah, because it's not the same. You don't know happiness in the next day, yeah. Because if you stay a long time in the same situation, it's possible to I don't know why can I explain better about that. Mas quando você está sempre no mesmo, fazendo a mesma coisa, você meio que prevê o que vai acontecer, fica mais visível. But opposite that, when I change, it's impossible. Yeah, it's totally different. I said that because I changed my situation recently, and I feel that. Yeah. I don't know why the next day happens. I don't know why. For example, I studied and I found a new job. Yeah, but I don't know it's happened in the future. I don't know. My future now it's as it's a secret. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain. I can't explain better because it's strange. Yeah, when I decide follow different ways. Yeah. So that's
Great.
it.
Thank you. And you, Fernando?
Yeah, I agree with everyone said. I think the principal challenge is this fear, to deal with the fear of this something new. When we try something, we create an expectation, and maybe we don't. The thing doesn't happen like we expected. I think we are sometimes afraid of what can happen, if we will regret or like it. So I think the principal challenge is this fear. And we also sometimes are afraid of other people will think about us when we do these new things. So it's difficult to deal with these feelings.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. And you, Mariano?
I agree with everybody, and I will answer this with my vision about change my life for better health. For example, for me, my big challenge is to overcome laziness, because I think it's a big challenge. Because our brain it's using to change the easy way. And yes, I agree with we fear, we feel in fear, but in this case, in my case, laziness is the biggest.
Thank you. In my case, it's the fear of the future, overthink, as you said, guys. And I haven't thought about that, but I'm a very lazy person too, and I need to end with this. And another thing is I would like to be healthier in terms of food. I would like to stop eating a lot of chocolate, and I think chocolate is my comfort zone. And Nutella, these kind of things. When I stress with stress, when I'm stressed, I eat a lot of chocolate, and I think it's to keep me on my comfort zone. And that's it. Thank you, guys. Fernanda, can you read the next answer, please?
Can you share a recent experience when you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone? How did it make you feel? Recently, I had a challenge at my internship. We had a meeting in English, and I never had talked in English before in the workplace. So I was really afraid. I felt a lot of fear of saying something wrong or being misunderstood. I think. But I did it. So I prepared myself. I went there and I said, and people understood me. So after that, I was very happy. But before that, I was really afraid of making a mistake.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you, Mariana?
Moving to another country, it was my big challenge. I feel fear, shame, and I'm crying in the beginning. The Priscilla saw me in the immersions when I arrived here in Talking, and this is it continued to do a challenge for me, and yeah, I feel fear all the time. Every time when I go to the supermarket, for example, I never know what was happening there. And if I need something, and if I can to explain what I need in English for some attendant or something like that, because here the principal language is Czech, and it's not so lovely with the immigrants. I don't know how to say English. So yeah, I feel fear when I go to the supermarket or another store. It's not so, nossa, tô morrendo de medo, but every time you fiquem você fica pensando o que pode acontecer e como que você responderia e como você explicaria aquela situação em inglês. Então, você meio que vai ali pensando em português, tentando traduzir na tua cabeça como você falaria se acontecesse aquilo.
And do the people can speak English well, or?
Yes, they speak English very well, but sometimes they don't. They say I don't speak English, but they tell this for me in English. They just don't want to speak in English because I'm from another country, and eu sou morena também, tem essa. Às vezes eles são bem chatos assim. And but it's not everybody, because when I go to the park with my dog, and sometimes I saw some algumas pessoas mais velhas and they don't speak English. I saw they try to speak with me and try to say something about my dog or something like that. It's not everyone, but sometimes this happens. And I participate from a group in WhatsApp from the girls who live here, Brazilian girls, and they share a lot of experience about that, and this made me feel more fear than mais do que eu já sinto.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
My God, Mari.
Where are you living, Mariana?
And Czech
No.
Republic, Czech
Czech.
Republic, yeah.
Yeah.
And you, Jefferson?
Recent, a lot of experience. For example, I study our language. It's not so easy for me. It's not, I must be out of my comfort zone. It's very difficult, the script. So difficult. I think it's the same. It's more easy to study Power BI, for example. I'm studying Power BI. It's very interesting for me, but sometimes what's the problem? It's not lack of confidence. It's not fear of the failure, but it's not lack of motivation. But sometimes it's lack of support. You have a lot of problems. I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of students, and so on. But sometimes it's so hard, so hard. You must to check, to fix some problem, to solve some problem, and you have lack of support. Who can support you? It's not so easy. I think it's the same situation of Mariana. Try to speak another language in another country and to talk with. It's so difficult. You must talk, but what can you do? And I think it's the same. I think maybe the lack of support is the principle. But I have a lot of motivation. I'm very positive. I'm very altruism, and I'm doing my best.
Thank you. And you, Priscilla?
Well, in my case, I consider the main experience when I decide to change my professional. Yeah, I'm afraid, and I consider a middle process. Yeah, but I need study a lot because, for example, in the past, I work like finance, yeah, and now I work with testing software, yeah, about technology, yeah. It's the different word, totally different for me. I need all the time to search about this. What's happened about this? I need learning all the tools. Yeah, the company needs what's the main tools to use. Yeah, it's more usually, yeah, about the tools, about the program language. Yeah, but sometimes I'm so tired because that, yeah, because all the time I need study. It's a big challenges for me, but it's okay. Yeah, I think I need that. I decide this, and I like this process. Sometimes it's so hard, sincerely, but it's normal when I decide to change your life. It's normal to feel uncomfortable sometimes, and sometimes, oh, it's okay. It's I don't know, fluid better. Yeah, it's important to keep focus in your objectives and continues. Yeah, I think this. Sometimes it's not easy, but I in my case I can't return. I'm not returning. Eu não quero voltar. Yeah, and that's it. I think this.
Thank you. And for me, recently, it's because I've been living in Italy, as Mariana, sometimes it's difficult because of the language, but I already use it now. But last week I passed by a scam I paid a landlord because I needed to rent a house, and it was fake. So now I don't have a house. I stayed some days in a hotel, and now I'm at my friend's house and looking for a house. So that's it. That is, I stepped totally out of my comfort zone these days. But soon, now I was speaking with imobiliarias, and I'm looking for a house, and soon I will have one. And that's it. But and I had to go to the police, explain everything, and it was difficult because of the language too. And I felt desperate, but now it's okay. So let's go to the next. Priscilla, can you read, please?
Yes, the number 3. Are there any specific activities your experience you've always wanted to try but haven't because they are outside your comfort zone? So I don't remember this specific experience. I don't try, but I about my experience the language, I can say I don't know how can I say this word. I don't put in priority, yeah, for a long time, because in the past I studied about the language I'm talking, but I stopped this process, and I don't know, I demorei return, yeah, and I'm think this it's about the experience, but not try. I try, but I stopped and demorei retornar, yeah. I don't remember the specific activity about the don't try because I'm afraid, for example, yeah. I don't remember in the moment.
Thank you. And you, Jefferson?
In my case, I try to sing, to be a singer. It's impossible. I'm out of tune. Terrible. I tried, and my wife said to me, "Come on, stop. I can't bear this." So this is a big example of my experience. And I really love music most of the time. I'm singing in English and Spanish and sometimes French too. I love it. I think it's a very good way to learn a new idiom, a new language by singing. I love this. I love to see the lyrics. I love to sing, but I decide that I need to sing by myself. It's impossible to have somebody near of me, but I'm trying to do this. It's not so easy, but what to do?
Thank you. And you, Mariana?
For me, is start to web design course. My husband brought for me, but I don't start yet because I have a fear to failing or something like that, because I study English for a long time. Let's see that way. And I do some tests every month. Every month I don't accept não atinge a nota necessária. And when I receive the notes, I feel so sad, and I don't want to feel this more than one time for
Thank you. And you, Fernanda?
For now, I can't think about anything. I'm a person who likes to risk, so I constantly out of my comfort zone. Right now, I am out of my comfort zone. When I started doing these classes, I didn't open my camera because I was afraid of people seeing me, and this is being recorded. So right now, I open the camera. So everything, when something is bothering me, I always try to risk to not feel this way. I like to risk. So, but that's one thing that I did, that I spent a long time to do, was to go out alone, because it was something that I always wanted to do. And I was afraid of not liking, and Rio de Janeiro is not so safe. So when you are a woman walking alone, you need to be more, I mean, you feel more afraid of something happens. So this is something that I wanted to do for a long time and took me more than the usual time that I take to risk. But right now I do it with no fear of something happening. Of course, I take some security ways to I always research the place before I go. I see a better time to go when there's more people. But right now I do it with no problem.
That's good. Thank you. And me, these days I saw a website that where we can train to interviews in English and programming coding interviews. And I wanted to try, but I don't want to. I mean, I have fear because I don't want to train with strangers to an interview, and I know I will feel without intelligence. I will feel burra during this training, but it's a good thing because I can train to the interviews that I've been passing through, and I need to find a job. So I'm thinking about step out of my comfort zone, doing these classes on this website. Mariana, can you read the next, please?
Yes. What is the role of self-confidence in getting out of the comfort zone, and how can it be developed? Or nunca disse a palavra stranger, né? Não sei nem como pronunciar. Tipo de força, strength, né?
Yeah.
I thought the self-confidence is extremely fundamental to make it, for us take the control of our life and don't feel fear for to failing. So yes, but I don't know what to say about the develop your confidence. I don't know, because it's difficult for me. I don't have any advice for anyone about this.
Me
I'm
too.
learning.
I'd like some advice, please. And you, Fernanda?
I think it is important because when you have this confidence in yourself, you know that if you try something new and it doesn't work, you don't throw it on you. You don't feel like, no, because I'm stupid, I'm not good enough, that's because it didn't work. So if you have this self-confidence, maybe you think, no, maybe it's not for me, but I am a good person, I am intelligent, or maybe something. But I also don't know how it can be developed. Maybe you can continue trying, because if I'm afraid of speaking English, and I want to be confident in that, I will continue trying and studying harder until I build this confidence. So I think you need to train something to feel more confident with it. Don't know if it's a good choice, but I think it helps me, at least.
Thank you. And you, Jefferson?
I think in my case, it's very important you initiate an action. You must do action. Self-confidence is very important because you have the ability to take action. Go, action, do. What you must do, you must to do. And it's very important because you can embrace new opportunities. I think the other role, I think, is resilience. You must have resilience. When you have confidence, you can think about a lot of things, a lot of setbacks, about failures. You can have a lot of reasons to do or to about your comfort zone, to be out of your comfort zone. So you need to have resilience. And all the guys said here, I'm thinking about the risk taking. When you in another country, everything is very different. So you must to risk taking. You have confidence. What the problem? What the problem to fear of failure? For me, no problem. So you must to calculate it, your risk, what I'm going to talk, what I'm going to do, where I can go. I think it's the same as Fernanda said about Rio de Janeiro. Sometimes not so easy. Sometimes it's a different place you need to go, but you have the risk taken. And just to finish, I think to be assertive. That's very important to you need to know about your opinion, to express your opinions, your ideas. I think this is very important. No matter to make mistakes, no problem make mistake. But you need to express your ideas. I think about this, it's okay. Maybe I'm right, I'm wrong, but what the problem? No problem. Be assertive. That's it.
Thank you. And you, Priscilla?
So I agree with us. In my opinion, it's so hard, depends of the case, yeah, to keep this. Sometimes, for example, my case, I try speak with me, you can to do this, don't worry. The same Jefferson said, if you take a mistake, it's not a problem, it's normal. It's common to take a mistake during the new process. Yeah, you grow because that. But depends of the day. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Yeah, situation. Maybe you ask. You ask, for example, you ask with me, oh, I can't do this. I answer, yes, it's possible. You can do this and continues. Yeah, don't worry about the problem, about the difficult. Yeah, and I think this. Yeah, it's not easy to keep this but it's possible to try and keep focusing your objective and respect. Yeah, respect by I respect myself, my time. Yeah, because in the past I don't respect my time. Now I respect my time.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I agree with all of you guys. I think it's difficult, but we have to keep it going. Sometimes I remember that I will die and I don't have much time of life, so I have to take risks and everything will go well. And Priscilla, can you read the next?
Yes, the number 5, yeah?
Yes.
Five.
Okay. Do you think it's easier to take risks and try new things when you have support for friends or family? Why or why not? I think it's normal. Yeah, when I decide, for example, change your life, your professional, it's normal to found difficult. It's faz parte, make a process, and you need how can I say, you need to try, yeah, and keep calm, and maybe if you need help, of course, you're talking about your friends or family, yeah. It's I think this. I think it's so hard, yeah, because when I decide change, it's normal. You found a difficult, yeah, hard difficult, maybe depends of your situation, yeah, and you need to stay preparado for this, yeah, because it's a different experience, different problems, yeah. You start in the different world, yeah. I think this, yeah, depends of the situation. I think I said that because I think my situation now, and I need to prepare my mind, yeah, prepare my mind and the conscience about some problems, yeah. Of course, sometimes I can imagine I can I don't know the name, I forgot. But it's normal, yeah, to have a problem because it's totally news, yeah, new things, yeah. I think this, guys, I forgot some words, but I think this.
Thank you. And you, Jefferson?
I follow my leader, Priscilla Vieira. I think it's really it's easier. I have a lot of, for two examples. I did PhD in Brasilia, and I live in Goiânia. I spent 3 years living in Brasilia for half of the week, 3 or 4 days in Brasilia and 3 days in Goiânia. And I went to there. But I have a brother in Brasilia, and he supports me a lot. You must take this, to take this bus, to do this, to do that, to go somewhere, need to do this and that. I think it's very, very important from my brother support. And the other support, all the students in UNB in Brasilia, all of them out of Brazil, from Chile, Argentina, Colombia, United States, and so on. I study with them. So all of them supporting. We have support of all of them. It's very interesting with each. It's like a WhatsApp now. Like a WhatsApp now. You have a group, so you can support it. I think with the same about the family. The family, for me, is the most important thing in my life. All that I need to do, I have support of my family. This is the big example. I have 2 daughters and a wife, and I study in Brasilia. And I have support of them. It's not so easy to spend part of your time in another city. It's not so easy. And I have all the support with my family. Yeah, you need to do this. You can think to fear about failure. And we have a lot of social pressure. It's not so easy, but I have a lot of motivation. And I did. And I finished my PhD in Brasilia. I think that's it.
Yeah. Congratulations. And Fernanda, please.
I think it would be easier to have this support. You gain more confidence, I guess, and motivation to try things. But I don't know exactly how it is because everything I have an idea or want to try something, my family or is against or they don't believe it can happen. So I don't know how it is to have this support. So I prefer to depend on myself, what I believe, and I try. So it would be nice, but I think don't um we don't need to depend on the support of others. Some things in our life we need just ourselves, or it's just on you, depending on how it is. So, but it would be nice to have this support from my family.
Thank you. And you, Mariana?
I agree with everybody, but I support the opinion of Fernanda because depends of the family and friends. What do you have? Because if you say something for your family and they don't support your opinion, you feel more pressure in you putting more pressure in yourself for make that things happen. And sometimes you need to be uh, to do the things more mais leve. Quando você se sente mais leve, when the things are going on better, maybe.
Thank you. I agree with you guys. I think it depends too. I'm a lucky person. I have the support of my family and my parents. When I have problems, I call my parents, and mainly because they support me mainly in my mental health, and it's very important. And here in Italy, I made some Brazilian friends that are helping me now. So I think I have luck in my life, and I know some people don't have. So I think it depends on the family, friends, and the situation. And Fernanda, can you read the next, please?
Okay. What are some strategies you use to overcome fear or hesitation when trying something new or challenging? I like to hear people that did what I'm trying to do of new. I like to go on YouTube and see videos about people overcoming this fear or saying what happened when they try it, or to talk with people if it's something that someone close to me did. So I like to hear these the appointments, I think, to build more confidence and to to give me a motivation to try. I like to do that.
Thank you. And you, Mariana?
I do psychological falling love and pray. I ask to God to help me overcome my fears.
Thank you. And you, Jefferson?
In my case, to set achievable goals, it's very important. You can think about big goals if you can't achieve these goals. So you must start with small, and then you're growing, you're achieving your goals. Very important. And to challenge, sometimes you have a lot of negative things about this, negative self-talk. You need to see positive. Yes, I must do this. I try to do this. I'm gonna to do this. And you need to be prepare and educated yourself to these new goals or new goals or new targets. It's very important you be to prepare, educated, to study a lot, and just to finish, to celebrate your achievements. Yeah, I think you must celebrate every step you have in your life. You achieve this goal, celebrate. You do this, you do that, you celebrate. It's very important to celebrate your achievements.
Thank you. And you, Priscilla?
So in my case, the same as Fernando said, I watch videos about the people decide the same things about like a change profession, for example. And I talking about the other people to review the same situation and for to keep my motivation, yeah. And sometimes I use the meditation for to keep my energized, my I don't know, firmeza, yeah, in this process. It helped me a lot. And yeah, I sincerely, I stay in the other different groups, when the people talking about this, because many people change your profession, in my case, and have a problem. Sometimes it's okay, and help each other. Yeah, it's so good.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing as you girls, as Fernanda said. I watch YouTube videos with people talking about their life, and I think well, they got it. So one day I will get, and that's it. They say they're difficult and challenge, and I see that I'm passing for the same, but in the end, everything is well. Let's go to the next. Mariana, can you read the next, please?
Yes. Can you remember that time when you stepped out of your comfort zone and it didn't go as a planned? How did you handle it? Yeah. I don't remember one specific situation, but I have one characteristic is when something don't happen the way I want, I feel very angry. And sometimes I discount everything in my husband. And most of that things happen in my family. For example, my mother, my brothers, or something like that. Nothing related with him. So yeah, I do therapy. I'm a therapist about that because it's a characteristic when I get from my father. Because when I was young, he just handled with the things yellow or angry with someone or something. So yeah.
Thank you. And you, Priscilla?
So in my case, I don't remember the specific situation about the comfort zone, yeah, but about a little project, for example, depends of the situation, but I tried to learning about the problem, about the situation, and to follow and to continue there, because sometimes I can change, yeah, the result, yeah. And it's not comfortable, but it's happening. It's possible to happen. Yeah. Sometimes you need you create a plan, and maybe the different things happen, and you can continue. For example, you can conseguir your objective. Yeah. It's happening. It's not easy to understand sometimes, but it's important to continue and try other ways. Yeah, I think this.
Thank you. And you, Fernanda?
I also can think about a situation because every time I stepped out of my comfort zone, the things did well. So I didn't plan it a lot because if you're doing something new, it's difficult to know what is happening, but I prepare myself emotional. So I did well. But thinking about plans that don't go as planned, in general, I usually think I always feel frustration. But when I feel that, I just give me a day off. I just do things that turn off my mind, watch a movie, eat something good. And the next day, I just keep going and doing things. And if I need to change something, I will. And I just keep going.
Thank you, and you, Jefferson.
I had a lot of situation, A, B, and C plan. For example, about a conference call, you prepare everything with the PowerPoint, something like this, and didn't work. What can you do? You changed everything. I have 2 or 3 situations like this, full of guys in a theater, and I did my best. I I have some improvisation. you need to have other plans. Very important.
Yeah, thank you. So we don't have more time for the last question. I put here the survey for today. If you can answer it, please, if you have some suggestions. And thank you very much for being here with me today, Fernanda, Mariana, Jefferson, and Priscilla. And I hope to see you again, guys. And have a nice day.
Okay, bye-bye.